Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cut me open right now, dust would just fall out. I am tired. I am running on fumes. I probably have bags under my eyes. I don't even know how I look right now. Your boy just got done finishing an interview. Oh my goodness, the super chat already. Already? Thank you.
Did you happen to catch Josh Barnett's Bloodsport?
I haven't caught a lot of stuff. My weekend was already loaded, y'all. As I was saying, there's bags under my eyes. I just got done recording an interview with, I forgot what news station it is, but a news anchor contacted me to talk about the WWE sale and WrestleMania. So I just got done recording for that. So you already know. On top of that, we got the WrestleMania reviews, both of them, night 1 and 2. And then before that, Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. And then NXT Stand and Deliver. Before then, it was the Hall of Fame and SmackDown. Your boy has been going days with live streams. And guess what? We got this one and then Raw tonight. I ain't getting a break until this weekend. Your boy's got a lot to talk about. But you know what? We here. We right here in Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. And we're going to talk about this merger. This merger with Ari Emanuel's Endeavor, Dana White's UFC, and Vince McMahon's WWE. A merger that has combined into this new international sports entertainment company, now worth, and I'm not joking you, $21 billion. Oh my God, that's a lot of money. $21 billion. So we're going to give you all the details on the sale that has been confirmed. It is done. WWE and Endeavor are now an entity together as of, I think, 8 a.m. this morning. So congratulations to everyone involved who made this happen. People are richer. The rich got richer. The billionaires got more money. The millionaires got more money. Everybody has more money. Except me. Yep, well, that's not true. All the donations I got this weekend, what the hell am I talking about? I got plenty more money that I won't see until the end of March. But thank you very much. But the end of May. I'm getting my goddamn months mixed up now. Well, that's how you know I'm tired. Anyways. But yeah, we're going to go through all the details. We're going to talk about the merger. We're going to talk about Triple H. The game. And if he's still in charge of creative. And then we'll talk about Vinny Mac, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who apparently may or may not be back in creative. Based off of his answer, no one knows, but we'll get the scoop today. I got clips, I got articles, I got all of it. So we're going to read the big news first. We're going to watch a few clips, react to them, and then you'll get my overall thoughts. As I ask a couple of questions that I have, and then perhaps answer some of yours. So thank you all for being here. Be sure you like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today. Pro Wrestling Tees, Teespring, Old School Deluxe Man t-shirt, New School Alyx's World t-shirt, and of course, blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America Remix t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. A new merger has fallen upon the world of sports entertainment. Endeavor, WWE, and UFC, the mega powers have combined. As of this morning, they are all one big mega international sports entertainment industry company. That is a lot to say all at once. But they are one big company worth $21 billion. We're going to get the details. I have the article pulled up from Fightful Select. So we're going to read that article first. Always good to get some input from Mr. Sean Ross Sapp, or in this case, Mr. Jeremy Lambert, who wrote the article. Always show him some love as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up so you guys know that I'm not just making this up as I read it. Right there. WWE has sold to Endeavor. So that already is just crazy. WWE has been sold. Wow. That's nuts. I don't know about y'all, but just thinking about it. I've been watching wrestling for over 25 years at this point, and I never thought this day would come. I never thought we would see this day. But here we are. It says, according to multiple SEC filings, WWE has entered into a transactional agreement to sell to Endeavor. WWE and Endeavor have agreed to combine businesses with UFC to form a new company. Endeavor will own collectively 51% of the fully diluted voting power of the new PubCo, I guess, and 51% of the fully diluted economic ownership in Holdco, whatever you want to say, with stockholders of WWE effectively owning 49%. What does that mean? That means Vince McMahon is no longer the boss. Endeavor now has more power than WWE, that being Ari Emanuel. So he's the new boss. Now, does that mean Vince doesn't have a power or have a place in the system? Not really. It says here Vince McMahon is expected to serve as executive chair of the board, so ain't much changed. Ari Emanuel will serve as CEO. Dana White will continue to serve as president of UFC. Nick Khan will be president of WWE. So, essentially, nothing has changed on the WWE side yet. We'll get into more details as we continue reading. We'll get into some of this stuff because I'm going to definitely play some clips for you. The deal is expected to close in the second half of 2023. So we're going to close the deal probably after SummerSlam, maybe during SummerSlam, but essentially, yeah. Endeavor has bought WWE. That's crazy, man. And they're going to own all of it. They have majority power. Vince McMahon is no longer the boss, per se. He still runs WWE, maybe. But in reality, it's run by Ari Emanuel. It says here, together, UFC and WWE will have a global reach, impressive scale, and, oh my goodness, omni-channel distribution. On a combined 2022 fiscal year end basis, UFC and WWE achieved revenue of $2.4 billion and a 10% annual revenue growth rate since 2019. Blah, 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 blah. This is a rare opportunity to create a global live sports and entertainment pure play built for where the industry is headed, says CEO of Endeavor. For decades, Vince and his team have demonstrated an incredible track record of innovation and shareholder value creation, and we are confident that Endeavor can deliver significant additional value for shareholders by bringing UFC and WWE together. Incredible stuff. So I guess you guys have a lot of questions right now already. So the first question, the big one that I'm pretty sure that wasn't addressed in that article is, what's going to happen to Triple H? What's going to happen to the game? Is he going to step aside? Well, I can assure you for right now that won't be the case. And this is coming from, I believe this is actually coming from John Pollock of Post Wrestling, but it was also confirmed by Fightful Select. And that, my friends, and I'll even pull it up here for you. It says here, this was tweeted by John Pollock of Post Wrestling and confirmed by Fightful Select. An internal email was sent out in WWE and included the line that Paul Levesque will remain WWE's chief content executive. There you go. They're telling you that Triple H is still in charge of creative. He is the guy that makes the final decision. If he doesn't like something, it doesn't go through. If he likes something, it goes through. At the end of the day, that is his position. So, we can take a breath, right? Does that mean everything is good? Well, it kind of would be if it wasn't for one big fact issue. And we're going to listen to that issue right now. So, during this interview with CNBC, Vince McMahon talked about whether or not he would be involved in creative. Let's see what he has to say.
On the creative side, Vince, do you plan to be as involved as you have in the past on the creative side?
Yes and no. On a higher level, yes. In the weeds, which I always love to get in the weeds in the past, no, can't do that.
That man said yes and no.
Yes and no.
What does that mean? This is not a question when you can say yes or no to. Will you be involved in creative? Yes or no? But according to him, on a higher level, what does that mean? What is this higher level? Are you talking about the main event scene? Are we talking about just ideas? Pitches? Helping to build long story arcs? Big decisions? What does that mean? This question didn't require all this. Are you involved with creative in WWE? What did he say again?
Yes and no.
What does that mean? What is it? So, clearly Vince McMahon is splitting hairs here.
On a higher level, yes. In the weeds, which I always love to get in the weeds in the past, no, can't do that.
What does that mean? In the weeds? So, here's what I interpret this as. When he says in the weeds, he's not doing the day-to-day operations. That's all Triple H. He ain't doing all that. I guess on a higher level, he's just kind of there to give ideas on directions, on who he wants to be pushed, on who should be the world champion, on certain storylines, on certain people getting TV time, who they want to feature as the focal point of the company and all that kind of stuff, right? Is that what we're talking about on a higher level? That sounds terrible. That sounds awful. We already know how out of touch this man is. And yes, we won't be seeing any, let's just say, fart jokes or out of touch humor or just bad comedy, period. Or storylines being dropped, characters not going nowhere, people not getting over. Certain people get more TV time because Vince likes them and others not because Vince doesn't. I guess all that's no longer going to be an issue, I hope. Unfortunately, what we're going to see is certain people not get the shine that they deserve because someone like Vince McMahon may go, not today, brother. That sounds terrible. somehow, some way, even just having the ability to just pitch ideas makes me worried. It makes me worried. Because yes, Triple H can always say, I don't know about that, Vince. I'm not going to do it. But Vince is his boss. Vince is the executive chairman. So this has me concerned. Because it sounds like Vince is. And it actually sounds like he never left, but it sounds like regardless of where he was before WrestleMania, he is definitely back involved with creative. There can't be a yes or a no. There is yes. There can't be a yes and a no. It's either a yes or a no. And in this case, it sounds like it's a yes. Which is the dumbest thing you could ever have him say. He should have just straight up said, look, that's Triple H's baby. I'm not involved in that no more. And still could have kept doing what he apparently is doing now, which is pitching ideas and being the puppet master behind scenes. Because that's what it is. He's the puppet master. Yes, Triple H is doing the day-to-day operations, but let me just say this. When certain things go through from Vince and they don't work out, guess who gets the blame for it? Triple H. Let me remind you, for the record, that in the Weeds comment, he said the same thing about Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. He said the same thing. He said, Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff, you two, you run your own shows. Paul, you run Raw. Eric, you run SmackDown. How long did that last? What, 3 weeks? And then Vince was basically back in charge. Well, Bruce Pritchard was in charge of writing both shows, and Vince just told him what to do. Puppet master. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get better at spotting the lie. This man told you he was retiring in July. He was done with wrestling. Well, according to this interview, he was really done. And then Ari Emanuel wouldn't let him retire. He's the reason why Vince is back. Sure, okay. Anyways, he retired. He was gone. And then in January, what happened? He forced his way back in and became the executive chairman of the board. And then he told you, remember, he told you, I'm just here to sell the company and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to be gone afterwards. He told you that. I'm not going to be involved in creative. He told you that. Months later, signs a 2-year deal to stay on. He signs a 2-year deal to stay on as executive chairman. So that was a lie. And now, are you involved in creative? Yes or no? Yes and no. He's a liar. He's always been a liar. Why are you surprised that this man is saying these things? You just think Vince is gonna be upfront with you? No. He is a liar. He will backstab you. He has backstabbed people for 4 decades. What makes you think he's different now? Yes, he's involved in creative, and yeah, he will get more power over time, and I'm sorry to say, eventually, he will be head of creative because either Triple H will quit because he's sick of his bullshit, or Vince will take it. You know that's going to happen. Now, the only reason that won't happen is if there is a deal that we don't know about where Ari Emanuel told Vince, the only reason I'm going to purchase this is because Triple H is in charge of creative. The moment you take him out, we will sever this relationship. That has to be the only reason why I think Triple H will stay. That's part of the conditions of the relationship, is that Triple H remains in charge of creative and Vince has nothing to do with it. If that's the case, then I don't have anything to worry about, but I have read nothing about that. I'm hearing that that's the case. I haven't heard Fight will confirm it yet. I would like to know that they confirmed it, but I don't know. That just makes me very worried. It does. I personally don't trust this man. I don't trust him. We got more clips. Here's where he talked about the mistakes he's made, the things that he went through, the suffering and the pain that he had to go through because of those doggone it sexual misconduct allegations. Let's see what he had to say.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you specifically about how you think about your legacy, given where you took this company, what's happened in the last year, the regrets you may have as a result of all that, and how you think your legacy will and your story will be told.
Well, let me just say that I've made mistakes, obviously, both personally and professionally through my 50-year career.
Let's let him finish.
I've owned up to every single one of them and then moved on. I'm not sure, the legacy stuff, I'm not going to write it. So I don't know. I want to say it's someone who had an extraordinary amount of fun, great passion for what they did, and wound up doing the biggest deal he's ever done in his life.
This man hasn't learned a goddamn thing. He hasn't learned a goddamn thing. I've made some mistakes in my life. And I love how he just said, I admit it and I moved on. Yeah, it's easy to do that when you pay him off. God, man. And it really does bother me that someone like Vince can do this and get away with it because of how rich he is, because of what he's able to contribute, because of where he is in life. It really, really is a... It really is one of those things where this guy is going to slip up again. We're going to go right back to how things are because he hasn't learned a fucking thing about anything. Look at this picture with him in a mustache. Do you trust someone like that? Do you trust Dick Dastardly over here? God, man, I'm sorry. None of this is encouraging. Check out this piece of news from Nick Khan. Nick Khan tells Axios, that WWE and UFC will pursue separate linear TV deals. They could pursue a combined streaming deal. I thought about that too. That makes sense. He says WWE and Saudi Arabia will continue their relationship despite Endeavor's reluctance to do business with the government. God, man. Ain't nothing gonna change. I can't trust this guy. Can anyone trust him? Look, there's more we can talk about. Definitely more we can add. So let's get the good stuff out the way. Here's the best part about all this. It's not Saudi Arabia. Round of applause. Round of applause. Come on. It's not Saudi Arabia. We won simply for the fact that it's not Saudi Arabia. Thank God. Endeavor Group has amazing marketing. So I do expect this to translate into more viewers for WWE, which would translate into more viewers for me and more people to hang out with. The value has gone up for everybody involved. WWE, UFC, Endeavor as a whole. What does this mean for the TV product? I don't know. As promising as this could be, this could be such a good deal for everybody. Everyone involved. It is a big deal. Don't get me wrong. This is huge. $21 billion. That's huge. Massive. And this could be something amazing. An amazing thing for everyone involved. The TV product, the people behind scenes, the wrestlers. Everyone could come out of this richer than they were before. But I do have some questions. There's a lot of questions going into this that I need to be answered. From a fan perspective. From the perspective of the fan watching. My biggest question is, will this have a negative or a positive impact on the TV product? Will this limit the creativity of not just Triple H and his team, but also the wrestlers? Most importantly, is Vince McMahon gonna fuck things up? Is there a protocol in place for someone like him if he decides to get out of line? Because you know Vince is gonna throw his weight around. You already know he told you, on a higher level of things, he wants to have influence on the product. He told you. Is there a protocol in place if he gets out of line? I have a question about that, because you don't know. I asked this in my last stream. With Endeavor promoting a very edgy, bloody fight sport like UFC, can we expect that to translate to WWE? Are we going to get a much more edgier product with WWE? Because you already know with Endeavor, their sponsors are now WWE sponsors. Right? I don't know what the deal is with WWE and Mattel. We'll have to see how that works out. But right now, with $21 billion, if Mattel bounces, I think WWE would be fine. So, who knows? Maybe we could see a much more edgier product in the future. I would love to see that. I think it would be great. That's just my personal opinion. Return to Blood? Maybe. In terms of pay-per-views, when this deal with Comcast ends, and they got one more year, because it's a 5-year deal from 2019 to 2024, when that deal is up, and they begin negotiating for TV rights and streaming deals, will they go back to pay-per-views? Or is the plan to find a new stream, whether it remains with Comcast or goes somewhere else, and with that streaming service, will we see both UFC and WWE pay-per-views for one bundle? Last I checked, Endeavor Group, their streaming deal is with ESPN, right? Sweet. Here's the thing with ESPN Plus. You get the streaming service for $10, but you still have to pay for pay-per-views. I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't. I don't know if going back to monthly pay-per-views is smart for WWE. That might kill it. I personally don't think that's a good idea whatsoever. I have so many questions that I don't think are going to get answered until we get a little bit further along in this relationship. They just made a deal. We're working with people that we don't know is going to be good for us or bad for us. Fightful Select released this article. I think we should talk about it. Apparently, there is a company-wide meeting that's happening right now. Literally right now. An email was distributed internally stating that Triple H will remain WWE's chief content executive, so head of creative. Those that we spoke to in WWE were adamant that even if Vince McMahon is involved in the top levels of creative, Triple H will be the person in Gorilla leading the charge. We'll see about that one. We specifically asked about Vince McMahon saying he wouldn't be in the weeds anymore with creative, since he said the same thing 4 years ago when Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman were put in those same creative roles that Triple H is in now. Apparently, Triple H is going to kick off Raw. Oh, okay. We'll see how that works. Triple H kicking off Raw. All right. Let's see. WWE Creative has been adamant that they haven't interacted directly with Vince McMahon creatively. And higher-ups say he likes the process of how things are now, though the exact level of his involvement was not revealed to us, because they're not going to reveal it. Look, I just saw that it was a tag team on NXT. The Grizzled Young Vets. The Grizzled Young Veterans, soon, not anymore, but soon to be free agents, if they get it, confirmed and granted that their release is happening. I'm already seeing some people want out. I saw Asuka's tweet last night. People might not want to be here no more because of Vince. So, if they come out and say he's in creative, that's going to make people want to quit. It says here, we asked if a looming deal had anything to do with Roman Reigns retaining the championship over Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And they said, nah. Nope, that's not what happened. It says here, WWE sources indicate to Fightful that a big part of the deal was the company's desire to expand internationally, especially as it pertains to international television rights, site fees, and the like that they're looking to increase. There are right fees negotiations in the UK that WWE is seeking to make more money off of and increase visibility. They're also looking to increase their rate cards domestically, as they feel they should be earning even more on their TV deals. It says here, okay, this is what I want to hear. Check this out. This is good news. WWE sources were also adamant that they're not planning on expanding premium live event shows into a la carte pay-per-view situation again for the time being. So essentially, they don't plan on going back to pay-per-views. Good. That's a good sign. Now, we continue. Don't get too excited. They noted that anything is possible. That's what they said. But it would have to be a huge deal. A deal so huge that they couldn't turn it down. And are cognizant of being short-sighted as it relates to future pay-per-view PLEs and where it's going. Wow. That's crazy. Like, I want to sit here and tell you that everything's going to be okay. Really, I want to be that guy to tell you, just give it some time, let it all play out. I don't know, man. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. If I can be completely 1000% transparent with you as I do this live stream in front of you all, as much as I want to get excited about this, as long as Vince McMahon holds the power that he holds, there's a side of me that we will never, ever be able to just expect a good, not even a good, but a bright future for WWE. As long as this man continues to loom over the company, the people that you love, the people that you think should get over, most likely will not get over. People will always be at the mercy of this madman. And until he goes away, I do not know if things will get better. One question that no one is asking that we need to ask right here, right now. Why did you sell? Why? Think about it. Stephanie, Triple H, Nick Khan, they were doing just fine. They were making more money. Great business, amazing business. Vince McMahon had the majority share. Not anymore, but he had majority share out of all the shareholders. So it was still his company. All he had to do was just chill and make money. That's it. Let them do the work, but you make the most money. Right? That's all he had to do. He didn't do that. He sold the company to, no offense, Ari Emanuel looks like he knows what he's doing. But why would you give it up to someone else, literally sacrifice your own dictatorship? You no longer own the company anymore. Now you're just an employee. That's all you are, Vince. You're just an employee for Ari. Why? That question, to me, hasn't been answered. Why sell the company now when you didn't need to? It was not going out of business. It was doing great in business. Why did you sell the company? For what reason? And the only logical reason is for power. That's the reason I can come up with. It's for power. Vince McMahon sold the company so he can be in charge again. That was the only reason. Because they kicked him out because of the scandal. The only way he was going to come back, is if he had power. Yes, he gets more money. $2 billion. Like he needed it. But yeah, sure, he's a billionaire. Congratulations. You know? But still, like, he didn't need to do that. He was good. I think he did it for power. He did it for power. He did it because he needed to be in charge of his company. And as long as you have someone like that, I'm sorry, I'm always going to be on my toes when it comes to WWE. So I'm hoping in the next, let's just say the next half year, 6 months, we see things turn out to be quite okay. And nothing has changed about the TV product, about anything. Everything is smooth. Everything is great. I'm hoping everything works out. I just don't trust it will because of Vince McMahon. And neither should you. But only time will tell. Give me your thoughts. Let's go to the super chats. Let's see what they have to say.
Vince McMahon said the exact same thing about Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman after they took over.
Yep. That's why I don't trust him. You can't trust this son of a bitch. He's a liar. And like I told y'all, like, if there's not a protocol to stop him from overstepping his boundaries, who's to say he won't start throwing his weight around tonight? Roscoe. Welcome, sir. Thank you all for subscribing. I'm getting a lot of new subscribers over the last, the last week or so? Jesus Christ. Nickname I continues to be one of my biggest supporters, biggest sponsors on this channel. And why not? Because he is your Super Chat champion. 4-time Super Chat champ.
Deal won't be finalized around the second half of 2023.
But it's looking like it's pretty much a done deal. I don't see what could happen to make them change their minds, but I think for the most part, this is a done deal. So, yeah, man, let's go to the fans. Live chat. You have the floor. Where is your head at on this? I'm very curious to know what you guys feel about Vince McMahon and Endeavor right now. Like, are you excited? Are you apprehensive? Are you worried? Let me know. I'm very curious to know where your heads are at. Big MGM says, my guess is either Perez from NXT or probably Asuka in a rematch. What y'all talking about? Oh, y'all talking about WrestleMania? Interesting. So Vince McMahon's statements tells us all who's in charge of creative now. Yeah, like, he's the puppet master. And Triple H is the puppet. Official WWE statements aren't worth the energy used to send them out anyways. Yeah, it's booty. Anthony is methodical. I am so pissed, and I wish nothing but the best for Asuka. Goodness gracious, everyone's talking about WrestleMania right now. You still bothered about WrestleMania? Mr. Unfamiliar, YouTube member, Mr. Unfamiliar. For what I have seen, Triple H is still running day-to-day, but Vince has final say on creative decisions. No, I don't think that's true. I think Vince is pitching ideas to Triple H, and Paul, Triple H, has final say on decisions, and he runs the day-to-day. It's just Vince is supposedly just feeding him ideas, but if he doesn't do those ideas, then more than likely Vince will probably backhand him. So, actually, no, I take that back. You're right. You had it right the first time. Not Saudi, not Disney. I would have preferred Comcast, but this works too. Well, yeah, Comcast would have kicked Vince out. They want nothing to do with Vince. I bet Cody regrets leaving the Elite now. Why? Nah, man, he's about to be a big star at SummerSlam. I'm excited for Cody. Let's see here. Highly doubt TV 14 will come back. To be honest, I don't even care about the rating itself. All I care about is how good they can make the product. Tribal Chief, oh no, not me, W-E. Oh. Never lost control. Not trying to be mean, Tribal Chief. It's hard for me to read what you're saying there. You might want to rewrite that, my friend. So, Vince McMahon makes the storylines while Triple H does the dirty work backstage. Essentially. Yeah. Vince comes up with the ideas and Triple H has to make it work somehow. In other words, we're on SmackDown, not Vince. B-level PLEs, mostly not aside, maybe Money in the Bank, Big Four. He's at least involved. Yeah, he's involved. The Tribal Chief, we can only start judging this business endeavor as fans until the process starts taking place. Right. Agreed. I won't give any judgment until I see what happens in the next few months. And that's the right way to go about it. That's the right way to go about it. Give it some time and see where it ends in a couple of months. Hey Alyx, I think if I wasn't watching before, which I'm not, I'm definitely not now. Well, as long as you watch me, that's what matters. You don't have to watch. Just watch me. I got you. I'm here for it. Victor Nash, quick question. Who do you think will be Cody Rhodes' partner tonight versus Roman and Solo? Probably Sammy. As a UFC fan, they will want edgier content. They can't even show UFC clips on Raw right now. Damn. Well, yeah, that's crazy. You might want to go ahead and make this more edgier. So, yeah, if someone said Orton, we'll see. Guys, that's it. I just wanted to come up here and give you guys a breakdown on what's going on here. Give me your thoughts down below. And, like, where's your head at when it comes to Vince McMahon? Maybe, but maybe not being involved in creative. So, you'll see me again later tonight for my Raw review. I appreciate you guys for being here for this one. Be sure you like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. And please follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Look, guys, you guys are awesome. I hope you're having a great day. And whenever you're watching me, however you're watching me, do know that you are welcomed and always will be welcome. I was about to head out, and then I got hit with a super chat.
Sad news. Bushwhacker Butch passed away.
Oh, man, one of the Bushwhackers. God. That's sad. Bushwhackers were before my time, but I heard that they were, outside of WWE, I heard that they were a seriously dangerous tag team. Not the goofballs we got, but rest in peace, Bushwhacker Butch. That sucks. So, sorry got ended on a bad note, or a low note. But, hey, please take care of yourselves, because you just never know. Life is short, y'all. Keep coming in at any time. But as I was saying, regardless of when you're watching me, this will always be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Peace.